Hello everyone. So today we're going to be building our own furniture. It's quite simple. We just have a tabletop and some legs to put together, and we're going to do a little bit of painting or staining, and we'll get right to it. Okay, so here are the main components and our tools that you'll need to put together your coffee table. I'm going for a wood top, and I want some white legs to kind of fit the aesthetic of what I already have. I'm going for that earthy, organic, natural look. And so that's what I like, but it's really just two things to the recipe: a tabletop and legs. Obviously, you'll need some power tools or something to kind of screw in the legs. Now, there's one more thing that I highly recommend if you are going for wood, and that's to add a stain. Okay, here's a quick example of how a stain will protect your surface better. Here you see spillages of coffee. So this wood surface has been stained with the natural color. The stain has filled up all the surface area and dried out. If my stain wasn't there, this would be very hard to get out. Actually, it would pretty much stain the wood. But this coffee stain is actually just on the surface, right? It doesn't penetrate into the wood because the stain already penetrated. And if I grab a napkin and just wipe it off, you see that the stain goes away. Okay, enough about the stain stuff. Okay, so I actually messed up before I screwed it on. Luckily I didn't. I was like, hey, this looks like it would go through, and it actually would. So I can't use any of these. Let's take a break on this. So while I get new screws, what I could do is I could start staining this wood. I'm just here outside on the roof. This will have a lot of odor that you probably don't want to breathe in. So let's get right to it. Okay, so when I'm staining the wood, I really like to put a lot. As you can see here, I'm just drenching it. And this is because the wood is only going to absorb as much stain as it can before there's excess that can be rubbed or wiped off. And so here I'm going over and over again, letting it dry a little bit, putting another coat on. And so the rest can just be wiped off later, but I don't want to leave much room for anything else to be absorbed into the wood. I want the stain to penetrate all the surface, all the pores in there. Okay, so this has been drying for about 2 hours now. It has sort of a really nice sheen to it, but the stain is all soaked and dried. If I were to spill coffee or some other drink or food, that would rub right off, and none of that would absorb into the wood itself. Okay, so after a quick run to Home Depot, I finally have the right size screws, and now it won't drill all the way to the other side of the board. I'm doing the four corners first, and I'm drilling in pretty lightly so I can make micro adjustments and line it up properly. After that, I use a drill bit to drill a straight hole in. This will help the screws follow that drill bit and allow me to screw in really straight and really neat, because I don't want that to be angled in as I'm screwing. I'm doing 3 screws per corner. Since it's just a small coffee table, this is more than enough to keep it stable and firm as it's being used. Okay, the moment of truth. We're gonna flip this over and let's see if it wobbles or if it's stable. Fingers crossed. It's pretty stable. Yeah, staying pretty firm. Okay, so let's set this up and see what it looks like over there. Okay, so here's the finished product. I'm really liking it. I think it fits pretty well with the rest of the interior design. It has that earthy, woody look, and yeah, there's not this big furniture that's rectangular in the way anymore. It's really easy to go to my couch, sit down, and watch TV or do whatever I need to do. I had a lot of fun making this, and I think there's something special about using furniture that you put time and effort into. It just makes it all the more meaningful to use every day.